Hi guys, welcome to my channel Xgraptoveria. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today I'll be talking once again about the variegated Victor Kane. I'm not very sure if that's the exact ID because there's a lot of confusion about the ID of this succulent. Now originally what happened is that this cultivar was being sold from China, and a lot of the nursery people or the cultivar, the people who tend to cultivate succulents in China, they started to sell this particular variety of succulent as Xgraptoveria titubans, variegated. So this definitely is not a variegated version of Xgraptoveria titubans, because I'll put the image on the screen how a variegated Xgraptoveria tituban looks like. It looks absolutely different, and this succulent does not resemble in any way like titubans. It's very different. The leaf structure is very different. So it was definitely a very different variety. Now it is a slow growing succulent because it has a lot of variegation and it takes a lot of time to grow. I will put the image on the right hand side of how the succulent looked when I had got it a couple of years back. I'll put the date as well, and you will be able to see how long it takes for the succulent to grow. So this is how the succulent looks right now. Now I'm using a ice cream stick in order for it to hold because it's becoming a little heavy. Now it's not supposed to grow like this. Now this growth was due to it not getting a lot of light. You can see there's a lot of stretching, and this portion, the crown area, is where it started getting a good amount of light. So the stretching has, as you can see in the upper portion, the stem is not visible, but on the lower portion you can see the stem, and in the lower portion you can see the stem. So this is where the stretching had started, but now in the crown area I started giving it a good amount of indirect bright light. So the stretching on the upper portion, like this portion, has stopped stretching, so you can see the stem is not visible, but in the lower portion the stem was visible, which was an indication that it was lacking light. So now ideally the plant is not supposed to grow like this. It is just getting vertical because it's not getting a lot of light. So any which ways, now it's kind of stable. I can do a cutting. Probably I'll do it sometime later on because I don't have soil right now. So I'll have to probably cut it right over here. As you can see, this is where the stretch is, so I'll have to cut it right over here. But the only issue is that then the remaining portion of the stem will not have this continuous growth. It's going to have pups all around it. Probably when I'm going to do the cutting and when there is going to be growth, you will get a better idea. But this is how it is. So I had to use a stick so that it does not fall over. And it's a very beautiful succulent. Now right now it is getting indirect bright light, but when you expose it to morning direct sunlight, it tends to get a lot of pink. You can see the image on the right hand side. So it has a good amount of pink, the variegation, a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow. So a lot of colors, almost like a rainbow. So it has a lot of colors, but when it does not get a lot of light, the pink tends to reduce and it gets a little bit more on the yellow side. So that's what the succulent is all about. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.